What's up, guys? It's Rob here, and today we need to talk about why I think stocks are going to produce massive gains in the coming months. I think that the stock market is about to take off, and it actually already has. In fact, if you're looking at the chart right now, you can see that the S&P has successfully broken through and blasted off past the $400 level, is actually currently using it as support in after hours right now, and this is on key interest rate news and some things that Jerome Powell has been saying, as well as the overall economic outlook for the economy at large. And you can see that over the past 6 months, the S&P 500 has been in a massive decline. And in my opinion, it's been a great buying opportunity for a lot of stocks out there. It's been a great opportunity to accrue new investments. If you haven't had many investments in the past, then you actually got a massive discount over the past 6 months as stocks were crashing. And it's very possible that stocks are ready to come back. Nothing's guaranteed, but it seems very likely at this point. The fact that we're breaking through the $400 resistance and that it's on the back of what you wouldn't actually think of as good news. But you can see the overall market right here, just how green it all is. Tech-based stocks, Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon, Meta even, all up around 5, 6, 7%, some of them. Tesla up 6%. A lot of stocks are doing very well on this news, okay? The Federal Reserve just raised interest rates from 1.75% to 2.5%, a 0.75% rate hike. Now, they are doing this, of course, to combat inflation, which is actually, as of the last CPI reading of 9.1%, at a peak for this current onslaught of inflation. It's just been going up and up and up. You can see for more than the past year. Over the past couple of years, it's actually been going up. We're starting this year at 5% and are all the way up at 9.1% already. But this is potentially going to change soon, all right? The Fed is also realizing that this may change. They're not promising any more rate hikes necessarily, but they are noticing that potentially inflation could be slowing down in a somewhat big way. Now, we've covered this in other videos. I'll briefly touch on it. If you are paying any attention, then you'll notice that gas prices in your area have probably gone down from the peaks. Very possible that they've gone down. It's not guaranteed, but you can see that gas prices and oil prices in particular have actually been falling over the month of July. We're going to get a CPI reading out for July sometime soon, and it's likely that this will actually be a big deflationary category, that gas and oil prices are actually likely to be going down for the month of July because they've been much lower than they were in June. We're probably going to see big deflation in that category, as well as potentially in grain as well, all right? We just got some grain deals. If you guys are curious about those, feel free to check out the other videos that we've been posting on the channel about the food shortages. But the overall effect that this will likely have is that the Fed won't need to be as harsh. They won't need to be as hawkish to their monetary policy. They won't need to tighten as much. They won't need to push stocks and slow growth as much as they have needed to. And overall, it's going to give investors a whole bunch of confidence. Now, although these changes haven't actually taken effect yet, the market tends to move before you actually see the catalysts take place, right? People buy the rumor, and sometimes they sell the news. I mean, in this case, the news is that things could be going well for a while, so there wouldn't necessarily be a reason to sell once these reports come out. But we are seeing that stocks are already starting to take off. They're already starting to perform well. And, you know, this has been a long time. You could call it a recession, maybe. We'll see in a couple of weeks if you could call it a recession, but it's been a long time bear market at the very least. The Russells, small market cap stocks right here, have been falling for over 8 months, as have tech stocks from their highs. The S&P has been a little bit more immune, only falling for 6 months, but overall, it's been a pretty tough time out there, and Jerome Powell actually said at this meeting that he does not think the U.S. is currently in a recession. Now, overall, maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong. We did have a negative reading for the last quarter of GDP, and a technical recession, the definition of a technical recession, is actually 2 negative quarters of GDP in a row. And we are expecting that in just a couple of days, I believe we'll be getting out the second quarter GDP numbers, and those are estimated to be plus 0.4%. So if they can squeeze out a positive number, then sure, they can avoid a technical recession, but for all intents and purposes, we've pretty much been in one, right? We've pretty much been in one. If this number is negative, then we'll officially have been in one. But in my book, we've pretty much been in one. When you see all this inflation, when you see all this nonsense going on, stock prices crashing, we've at least been in a bear market and most likely a recession, in my opinion. But overall, it's looking like things could be getting in better in the near future. Stock prices, at least, I expect will come back before the overall economy. Stocks tend to react more quickly to these kinds of catalysts. And you can see that, you know, stocks were performing poorly for the past many months. They started performing more poorly in these smaller market cap stocks. And these are most likely going to be a big indicator for when we're really in full-fledged recovery mode, right? You'll actually probably notice that smaller market cap stocks are going to be doing well, much better than the larger market cap stocks because they were the first indication of the fall. And in my opinion, they'll probably be the first indication of the rise of stocks again, which I'm hoping is coming now, right? We're actually seeing a lot of green today. We've been seeing a lot of green the past couple of weeks, and I hope that it continues for the next many, many months and years. But you never know when the next disaster is going to strike. So always stay careful out there when you're investing. Keep in mind, guys, none of this is financial advice. This is just my opinion, what I'm thinking about the markets. And if you guys appreciate that, feel free to subscribe to the channel. And other than that, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.